Hello everyone, welcome back to Book Club Preview. I'm Michael. Today we're looking at the Mark of Athena, chapter 42, Piper. The chapter starts off with Piper and Percy and Jason finding this room that Piper saw in her dagger pretty easily. Percy knew right where it was. And they're like, okay, Jason's gonna go first. And then Piper and then Percy. And as they're getting ready to go, Piper goes, ah, no! She screams out, and what? What did you see? She said, look, I saw us drowning in here. And Percy's like, that's kind of impossible for me, right? Kind of like a question. He says, okay, look, I'll go down first, I'll check it out, and then I'll come back and see if it's safe, I'll come back. So he goes down, there's 35 steps, Piper's counting them. He comes back, hey, there's no water down here, it looks okay, but there is something crazy, you guys gotta come see it. So Percy and Piper and Jason go down to the bottom, and when they get down to the bottom, they see these statues. There's these, it's a vocabulary here, we're going to talk about these alcoves. An alcove is like a hole or impression in the wall. So there's a wall and it goes in, and inside there's like a statue or something. That inside part is called an alcove, a kind of hidden, not even hidden, but area that you can kind of go in, sit in, put a statue there or something. And when they get close, the alcoves start to glow, blue and green, I believe. And Jason's looking at him and it's like, man, these look like the I think in Romans they call them Nephilim, something like that. For the Greeks, they just call them nymphs. But there's these statues of these nymphs, and they talk about how in the old days they would try, and demigods would try to get a nymph to come to their spring, to their well. That way they could always have fresh water and it'd be clean, it'd be wonderful. And sometimes they did it. Well, it looks like these 9 alcoves are not statues, but they're nymphs. And they start to come alive once the 3 demigods go down there. It's a trap, of course. And they look like old, dried up mummies. Just everything is sucked out of them. Their hair is long and crispy, and their eyes are in their head, and they do not look pretty like they used to. Well, they're trying to talk and communicate, and say, hey, we're not your enemies. We can talk about this. Percy's like, hey, I'm a son of Neptune. I can give you some water. And we find out that these nymphs in this room are the original 9 nymphs that were in the beginning when Zeus was born. He changed to Jupiter, with the Romans and everything, but they were there with Zeus when he was born, and they hid Zeus from his father. What's his father's name? I can't remember off the top of my head, sorry. They hid him and helped him grow up. And so these nymphs were those original 9 that protected Zeus. So they know Jason's powers really well. They try to negotiate and say, hey, we're on your team, we're going to help you. But the nymphs, they're like, hey, Piper, you asked what would happen to nymphs if their water was taken away. And they say, what do you think would happen? This Hagno, I think her name is we would sit here and wait for thousands of years, dying, getting angry, getting hungry, and ready for revenge. And that's exactly what's going to happen. And so the water starts filling, or this room starts filling up with this dirty, oily, dark water. And they have a plan. So let's see here. From Piper, they're going to take her beauty and her voice. From Jason, they're going to take some water, endless supply of water as the son of Poseidon. And then from Jason, I think they're just going to sacrifice him for making a deal with the giants, for something like that. And so, yeah, it's a trap. They're going to attack the demigods. How is, I'm going to guess, Piper going to save the day? We have to wait for next chapter. And vocabulary here. The first one, alcove. We already talked about that. We got it. The second one is disheveled. Disheveled means unclean or dirty or messed up. Imagine like you've probably seen a movie where there's like a princess or this really rich girl and really terrible things happen to her. Maybe her carriage gets knocked over, she has to walk in the rain, someone steals her shoes, people throw garbage at her for some reason, I don't know what. But when she finally gets home and she opens the door and she's like, "Bleh," she looks disheveled, messed up hair, dirt everywhere, and not clean and tidy. That's kind of what that means. And these nymphs look disheveled. The next word here, and I think this is the last one, is desiccated. I think we had this word before, but it just means dry, super dry, no water, like a desert, water all sucked out. And that's what these nymph mummies look like. Discussion question I have for you. Because originally these nymphs, they say, oh, we lived in Greece and we had fountains over there, but a Roman demigod from Jupiter convinced us to come to Rome. And, at first it was amazing. Everyone threw parties for us. We flirted with everyone. Everyone sacrificed to us. It was great. Rome was supposed to last for forever, but it didn't. And for thousands of years, they've been underground, or maybe 1,000 years, I don't know, dry, hungry, and angry. So my question for you is, how hard would it be to make you evil? Okay, think about that. What would have to happen in your life, or how long would it take for you to just, oh, okay, I'm just gonna go for revenge. I don't care about good things. Now, probably say, never, never, no, I would never be evil. Okay, well, try to think, what would turn you evil? I can think of a few things, but I'm gonna save them until we get together. Of course, please make your own discussion question. That is all the time that we have for today. But thank you so much for joining me for this episode of Book Club Preview. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.